Ladies and gentlemen, this house would ban violent video game for children. The government side of the house would ban violent video games because it encourages aggressive behaviors and affect the mindset of children. Meanwhile, the opposite team, in contrast, say that violent video games have benefits for children and violent video games need not be banned because there are parents as the advisor. And in delivering the argument, the government side of the house. First, the government clearly and deeply says that violent video games can make children aggressive. Ladies and gentlemen, we know that violent video games like Mobile Legends, PUBG Mobile, Assassin's Creed have the goal to win the games or to complete all missions by slashing or shooting the enemy. Games like this can change the children's mindset. It makes children think about the game continually. They think about how I can win these games. For example, for a whole day, the children just thinking about how to win the game. So, what they have in their mind just a various kind of violence such as in games. This mindset can change their habits and trigger children to act aggressively. Furthermore, violent video games can increase physical aggression in children. And physical aggression is an act of hostility that attacks another person physically or psychologically. And in children, physical aggression includes beating someone or fighting. And in a study conducted by Dartmouth, it was shown that violent video games can gradually increase physical aggression. And the effect of increased physical aggression is that children have desire to attack other people. For example, in India, a man killed his father because his father didn't want to buy him internet data to play PUBG Mobile. And in delivering the second argument, the government side of the house clearly and in detail states that violent video games can affect children's mindset. The researcher found a significant relationship between exposure to violence in the media with the aggressive behaviors and psychological problems. For example, the children may have inappropriate shock because they see some violent or adult skins in most violent video games. So the children can have this negative shock patterns. The negative things like adult skin or the inappropriate skins. A further impact of the change in mindset due to violent video games on children is to affect children's psychology. Mindset, why it affect the children's psychology? Because mindset have the power to change person's psychology. The behaviors in our body will do what our brains tell us to do, and it will ultimately have an impact on life. The impact is and the impact on children is the decreased children's achievement, make the children more lazy, decrease the focus and difficulty to solve a problem. And as the contrast, the opposite team of the house said that their first argument. First, playing violent video games with the aim of completing the mission is shaping the character and improving children's cognitive abilities in form of being able to cooperate in solving problems in real world. And the second of their argument is violent video games need not be banned as long as parents can monitor their children. The weakness of the opposite team's argument are, first, they don't explain in detail and in depth about the improvement of children's cognitive abilities and how children work together as in the game world. Second, the weakness of their argument is, the second argument is unacceptable because they say that there are more threats of violence out there than the violence in video games. And next, violent video games are okay as long it is under parental supervision. And the question is, Are parents always there to monitor their children? And what the opposite teams did is very different from the government teams, which explain in great detail. Therefore, I believe that the argument of the government team is stronger and makes sense to ban violent video games. Thank you.